Roger that, Mark. Thanks for swinging by, and of course, a belated happy birthday to you. Saw there on Facebook, wished you happy birthday, but just wanted to shout out and say happy birthday. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for joining us tonight on this Screamington-only net. VA3 BVH here in the Sunparlour, reaching out now to Graham, VE3 WGW. Graham, I'm pretty sure you're very well versed in DTMF and touch tone functionality. When do you think this started up commercially, and when do you think this started up publicly? Graham, go for it, VA3 BVH.
Well, there's a number of things about DTMF. Like there is that keypad you shown is a 16-digit keypad. The normal is just the 12, and it was introduced basically July the 5th, 1960, and the first push-button telephone was released November the 18th, 63. But this keypad here, the FO, is a flash override. That was available to the President of the United States. Back in the day, oh good heavens, back in the early 60s, when the Cold War was on, AT&T in cohorts with the government in Chatham County, North Carolina. I like the Chatham County. Yeah, it's sort of close when I saw Chatham. But they built a vast underground facility in the 1960s between the USA government and AT&T, and this was for the oh good heavens, for the emergency telephone system of the government and everything else. It was 13 stories underground skyscraper that was suspended, had a suspended ceiling to keep it bomb-proof, had copper sheeting on all the walls and everything to keep from an EMP, electromagnetic pulse. And the dial pad is, the FO was flash override. In other words, the President of the U.S. could push that button and he had the whole system. So, yeah. But the 16-digit keypad was used by the telephone operators also. They used that when doing long-distance stuff. And that's the way they did the routing, was use parts of that. So, yeah, it's very interesting. And, yeah, other than that, not a lot going on here. I guess George is going to be taking it up next, but back to you first, Brian. VA3 or VE3, BVH, VE3, WGW. I forget which one it is.
It's Alpha. Alpha, Graham. VA3 BVH. Thanks for checking in. And yeah, probably going to be like I said, probably going to be a smaller crowd tonight, but nonetheless, we'll keep it carrying on. Over to George, VE3 TPD. George, welcome back to the net, sir. Wondering what you think on this subject, if you're well versed in it or not. Looking for commercially and publicly available. Wow, can't talk tonight. Looking for the dates where they were commercially and publicly available for DTMF. That's what we're talking about tonight. That lovely touch tone system that we use to dig into repeaters and nodes and all kinds of different things. George, welcome to the net. VA3 BVH, go ahead.
VA3 BVH and the gang from VE3 TPD. Very good. And yeah, I think Graham hit the nail on the head there with the time period and the history behind it. That's an interesting piece of technology. There's no getting around it. I didn't notice in here the Triple O is up. There's I think Rick is on there. Anyway, not much else to add. Everybody's sounding good, at least on this end of it. I know I could hear Graham when he come up on the 440 machine there. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, something's wrong with the link. Anyway, with that being said, I'll turn it back over to you. VE3 TPD is going to be clear on this one, and back to Nat.
Yeah, roger that, George. Thanks for checking in with us tonight. And as we speak, I'm probably going to type up a little email there to Mike, and because he seems to say that no one ever contacts him, so we'll type out an email out to him right now just to tell him that the link is down, unless he, of course, listening. But anyhow, thanks for checking in there, George, and of course Graham as well. Let's see, onward and upward. VE3IKE, I believe you said it was Ike in Leamington. Welcome aboard, sir. Tonight we're taking check-ins and, of course, talking about DTMF, the good old digital tone multifunction system that we use on our radios. Looking for a couple different dates. If you can actually dig deep into the history and see these two dates when it was available in commerce, so commercially, and of course to the public as well. And AT&T was the one that did this. They first made it commercial and public. So looking for that answer if you have any guesses tonight there. VE3IKE VA3 BVH with the net here in the Sunparlour. Go ahead, sir.
Evening, Brian, and it's Victor Alpha 3, India Kilo Echo. And hello, Graham. Side note to Graham, if you're around, I'd like to see you maybe tomorrow or Friday. But I'll call you on the cell. You know, I didn't know there was going to be a test, and I forgot to study. My dog ate my homework. My shoelaces were untied, and I haven't got a clue. You're talking before I was born. Well, not really, but I can always pretend. I'm sure it was in the 60s at some point, but that's about the best guess I'm going to take. New to the area, sort of. I've been off the air for 20 years, and I'm just putting my station back together. In the spring, I hope to have all my beams and stuff up. For right now, I've just got a little 20-foot piece of pipe that I've hung a Ringo Ranger on, and I'm talking off that. Other than that, not much else I can say. VA3 BVH, VA3IK.
Yeah, roger that. Hey, that was well before my time, too. I only just turned 30 this past year, so. But thanks for checking in with us. We usually run 3 weeks out of the month. Usually the first week, the first Tuesday is our meeting night. And weeks 2 through 4, we run a net at about 8 p.m. On your choice of the 3 machines. There's the VHF and UHF machine in Windsor that apparently the UHF link is down right now. So I've already emailed one of our club guys to look into it. And of course here on VHF in Leamington. So usually the machines are linked up, but it sounds like we have an issue tonight. So unfortunately we won't be hearing any of our Windsor friends. But anyways, nonetheless, thanks for checking in there, sir. And you have yourself a good evening. Let's see, anybody else wanting to check in tonight? I need your name, your call sign, and your location to VA3 BVH here in the Sunparlour. Go ahead.
Contact.
Name is Dave, DSN in Riverside, and free Papa Victor, Riverside.
right, I got 2 in Riverside, bearing through the noise there. I've got Papa Victor, Rick, and I've got Dave, I think it was, DFN. Anybody else for the net, please call VA3 BVH.
Contact.
Roger, go ahead.
Yes, to VA3 IKE VE3 WGW. Do you have my cell phone number, Ike?
Yes, I do, Graham. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nat. VE3 WGW.
Roger, roger. All right, anybody else for the net before I go back to Rick? VA3 BVH. Alrighty, nothing heard. Rick, VE3 Papa Victor from VA3 BVH. Rick, tonight we're talking about DTMF. And it's, of course, very complex, but very well done system, and we use it, of course, with our gear. So we're looking for 2 dates tonight. One in commerce and the other made to the public. So what are these 2 dates where it was made available by AT&T? Any guesses, Rick? Go ahead, VE3 Papa Victor from VA3 BVH.
Yeah, good evening, Brian, and everybody else on SparkNet. No, not really. But I could hazard a guess. I don't know. 1968 and 1962 and 1968. I don't know which would be which. Anyhow, how noisy am I into Tom Repeater?